Hi guys, 45 here, back to another custom review. And today we're looking at the Transformers Legends of Cybertron, Shadow Glass, Starscream. Here he is in his jet mode, but of course, particularly at him, let's take a quick look at the paints. So of course, for the white, we used some Tamiya white surface primer, and then some pure white spray paint. And of course, at the end, we did clear coat it with semi-gloss clear, also Tamiya. And for the red, we use some TS49 Bright Red. And then some semi-gloss black. Some chrome silver. And sky blue. Here he is in his jet mode, and this is the Legends class Cybertron Starscream, which I'm pretty sure the line was called Legends of Cybertron when it started, so moving on. But repainted in Shattered Glass Starscream colors. And I did this mainly because I really like this mold. It's like one of my favorite Legends scale figures ever that Hasbro made. And then I ended up getting Sunstorm, and I wanted to do a custom from it, and so I did with this. Which I didn't do this one from Sunstorm, I did it from Ramjet, the Universe repaint, which I initially was going to just keep the base white color of it the same, but then I realized it was an off-white. I didn't really like that. So most of this is painted. There's only like 3 parts on this entire figure I did not paint. And that's just like the black waist piece and then the weapons that come out of the wings. But as you can see here, this was done to be just a tiny version of Shattered Glass Starscream, with most of the paint apps on here pretty much just being a 1-to-1 of that figure, which I think turned out nice. It has that nice little cute factor, which I also want to challenge myself a little bit with this one, where all the red is spray painted on. I didn't fix any of it with a hand painting or anything. It was pretty much just me testing out masking, which I think it mostly turned out fine. There's some little areas here and there that kind of annoy me, but I think it's nice. Which, of course, for comparison, let's bring in the actual one. Let's zoom out just a little bit. And you can see where a lot of these similar details are on the, like how the wings are done, how like has like the shoulder pylons, little tip of black there. Which, of course, I could have probably done more, but I just figured this was enough. The only detail I had to change just because of the size is I couldn't do this with spray paints at this size, so it's just a straight, like, red thing. But I did still do that, so it mostly worked. And then, of course, this is blue instead of clear. So I figured I'd do it blue just based on, like, the new Shattered Glass Starscream. Plus, I figured it would make sense instead of doing it, like, silver or also black, so I couldn't do it like the smoky clear it is. And then just for another fun comparison, since I've got him, here he is with Sunstorm and Skywarp. I don't have the others yet. I did, as of this recording, I just ordered, like, a regular Starscream. Well, actually, no, I ordered the War for Cybertron repaints of Starscream, which is, like, this apparently rare one that was only available either by pre-ordering War for Cybertron, like the game, and it came with it, or it was some freebie if you pay like $400 or more on a site. And I got it for 35 bucks. So there we go. So eventually I'll have the whole crew. Maybe I'll do more customs from this mold. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This one wasn't really too difficult. I finished it pretty quickly, and I do like how it turned out, so who knows. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this little guy into his robot mode. And here in robot mode, he is just adorable. I love just how small he is. Just little head there. It's just like, it has like a lot of the main hallmark details of Shattered Glass Starscream, but just like, he little. And you know, that's what the Legends class started out as, is literally just, because the Cybertron ones, they did their best to recreate like the transformation and the bigger figures, but just small, which was easier at the time just because, well, the transformations were easy, which this one pretty much does the entire transformation almost one for one, aside from like this back bit. instead of these two pieces just like folding down, this whole back assembly rotates. And then like the feet don't have an extra little bit to flip out, they're just sculpted with it. And like a lot of the details too literally just look like they took the file for the bigger one and just made it small. So I think that's just really funny. Yeah, you can see the details here. The red on the sides of the legs, little bits of black there. And then, of course, the same details you saw in jet mode with the wings and the arms, and these little shoulder pylons. And I did paint the face silver. I did not paint the eyes in because no version of this mold paints the eyes in. And I was not about to go through the pain and suffering of doing that myself. Which, of course, his weapons still work. You can still pull out the sword and the gun, which on the, like, the bigger version, they're clear. Like, that same smoky clear as the cockpit, so I figured just leaving them black works. Which, it's nice. It's also the first time Shatterglass Starscream has had, like, the gun, like the Cybertron Starscream gun, since he's always been the Voyager figure with two swords. Which is also kind of funny, just because the Legends class figure mold in general has the gun, like the Supreme class, but then it's a whole thing. The Cybertron Legends figures are really funny to me. So that's why I especially wanted to do this, just because it mixes the funny parts of the Cybertron Legends class figures with just being something I like. So, which of course, let's go ahead and bring in his bigger half. Get the camera up a little bit. So you can see them both together. So like I said, they have a lot of similar details, which all the details on this that he has is just taken straight from this one. Which I think is a fine balance of the amount of detail for the size. Like, could I have added more? Maybe. I thought about doing like the red on the arms, and then maybe like the black on the little jet thrusters. Then I figured that would be a bit too much. I think I struck a nice balance for what all I did and didn't do. Especially since if I one-to-one this, I'd have to like mask off this upper little bit on the wing just for that, and that is not worth doing. Let's bring the camera right back down. And then again, just for funsies, here he is with Sunstorm and Skywarp. And they all do look nice together. It's kind of, like I said, I love this mold, and I do plan on getting them all. I just gotta get the Ramjet and Thrust versions, and I might do like a Thundercracker and a Dirge. Maybe. I'm not, like, don't hold me to it. It's just a dumb, fun idea. Which, painting this mold wasn't too bad. The only bit of paint chipping I have is like there's a little bit there on the hinge, which is weird because like before I clear coated it, that wasn't an issue at all. But I guess the clear coat was the last like layer it needed to become a problem. And I've also got like chipping on like the backs of the thighs down here just because they rub up against there, which I forgot about when I was prepping it all. So I'll know that for next time, or just leave it because like it's not that big of a deal. Like there's just literally like a little bit back there. It's not even in the front, which thank goodness it's not in the front. And then for one more comparison, because I figured someone's going to ask. No, this does not scale with third-party Legend scale figures at all. It is way too small. So I thought I'd do that just in case someone wanted to know. And now we all know. But yeah. Overall, I do think, just thinking in general, this mold's really fun. If you're into the Legends class, or if you like the new core class figures, I'd say definitely like go back and pick up a version of this, because there's a couple versions of Starscream, and then there's, you know, like I said, there's like Skywarp, Sunstorm, Dirge, and Ramjet out there that you can find. Like I'd say it's fun. It's a fun time. It's a nice desk toy to have. It's like okay at posing. It's not the best, as you can tell. He doesn't have elbows, and like his arms are gigantic. But it's still nice. It's still fun. Even has head articulation, which I know doesn't sound like much, but it's really surprising. And it thankfully was not a pin, so I could remove it after a lot of struggle. But yeah. anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So, be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also visit my Facebook and Twitter pages, links in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.